folks, how are you? Joe DeSanto here. Welcome to another exciting installment of my Quicken videos series. I am today going to be looking at the new Quicken Home and web-based home and business reports and explaining to you a little bit of how to use the reports, but also just in general, why the reports are essentially the end-all be-all really of Quicken. And how you can read them, tweak them, turn things on and off, and what the various options are. So, without further ado, let's get on into it. So, I have up here my Quicken Home and web-based home business. Now, I'm trying to be very deliberate in the way I call out the products because there is a lot of confusion with people about the Quicken product line. They have the original Quicken Classic locally installed version for Windows. Then they also have the Quicken Classic locally installed version for Mac. And now the new product is the entirely web-based version of the software. It comes in two flavors, the simple version and the home and business version. Now, I think they should call this Quicken Simplifi home and business and use the term simplify to indicate web-based, but they don't. They kind of make this product line distinct with the color of the logo, but so they call it on their website Quicken Home and Business or Personal and Business, and to me, like, that ends up confusing people. And then there's Quicken Simplifi, which is the simpler version of this. So what I have here, just by the way, I have multiple tabs open, and a little quick pro tip. With the web-based versions of things, even QuickBooks is the same. If you come in and you start poking around and going to different things, your screen changes. But you might have information on another screen that, on that screen that you wanted to kind of use for reference. So if you right-click on an area, you can open a new tab, and then you can keep your original screen open. So that's why I have multiple tabs. And I'm just going to dig right into the report. So basically, Quicken is an aggregator of data software that helps you keep track of your finances. It inputs data from your bank accounts and credit cards, and you can also manually input data if and when you want. And then you categorize the data, or the transaction. The data comes in as a transaction in the register. You put the category on. After you do that enough, you can come over to a report, and the report's going to aggregate all the information into a readable result. And this is where, the report really is the kind of the end-all be-all of using Quicken, because it's the way you can see, all the data formatted nice. I guess in a way you could say the data is like the guy who looks at the matrix in code, and the report is the matrix. So when you pull a report, there's really just one report screen now, but up here it gives you a variety of report types that you can mess with. And you probably just mess with them and see with the info, but the profit and loss, or maybe even kind of similarly income and expense, that is your main basic report of how much money did I make, and where did I make it, and what did I spend, and what did I spend it on. You're going to get your basic income and expense, and I'm mostly going to talk about that today. The balance sheet is a report probably more if you do have a business set up in here, because that's the other most common business financial statement. And then these other reports are about maybe estimating your taxes, but that's a whole nother video about that. And then the spending reports are really just looking at the expenditure and it broken down by category. Income is similar. Net worth is the sum total of all your accounts in your dashboard and your total value of your total assets, liabilities, and what you're worth, and so on. But the profit and loss is kind of what I'm going to go over today. So basic profit and loss will probably come out set up as a year-to-date. And what this report, again, is doing, it's going into your accounts. I'm going to go back over here. I only have one account in here. These are all the transactions in the register. This report is pulling that info, and the way I've categorized things and displaying the info for me. But there are different options you can choose in the report. So as I said, the kind of out of the standard setup is probably going to be year to date of the year you're in. And probably it's going to include all of your personal and businesses you've set up. So, but this is where you can start to tweak the report. If you say, hey, I don't want to look at year to date, I want to look at everything, I'm going to change the date in here. The basic interval is by year. So I have all of these years I'm displaying, and I'm breaking the report down by year. Now you might say, hey, I just want to look at last year, right? And I want to break it down by month. Now it seems that Quicken here is sort of anticipating what you might want to do and what you might want to look at in changing the interval for you. But you can then, of course, come over here and change it again if you like. So we have an interval and display of years now. So that's kind of showing you how you look at your income and expenses over time broken down by a time interval. But it gives you options for other kinds of breakdowns. Like for example here, we could show the expenditure over this period of time by account. I don't know why exactly you'd want to do this, to be honest with you, but there may be a reason, you never know. You can also have the columns broken down by payee. So you're like, hey, over the last year, I'm going to look at how much I spent in each of these categories, but I'm going to have it broken down by whom I sent the money to. Again, I don't know if you would want to do that. But another one is tag. If you're using tags, I'm not using tags right now, so there's nothing in there for that. And then you can add other additional columns. So depending on how you want to look at your money, it gives you a bunch of different options to do it. Now, I basically, by and large, look at my money in a time period, and I want to see the income, and I want to see where I spent the money. So most of the time, you're going to be in this time column and picking an interval of years or months or whatever. You know, oftentimes if I look at one single year, I do want to look at 1 month at a time and see, am I sticking to my budget, for example. Okay, so that's viewing of the information, but over here there's some more options about how much information does it gather, right? So, and part of the filtering that's happening here is somewhat related to your categories. Not somewhat, it's directly related to your categories. Over here under settings and categories, Quicken gives you a bunch of options to categorize stuff. My opinion, they give you way too many, but you can edit all these to your liking and reduce them down. Now, categories by default in Quicken are broken up into groups of personal and or business. So if you set up a business in here and you categorize things to the business categories, that is going to relate over here to my two businesses I have set up. So if I don't want to see information about the businesses and I just want to see everything that's categorized in the personal categories, I would just check personal. If I want to obviously see a particular business, I can pick that business and just see what's happening there. Or, of course, you can select it all. Now, by default, if you just use that selection and you pick, say, give me everything, personal and business, it's going to show you every category that has something in it. But you might say, hey, I don't want to look at every category. I want to cover personal and business, but I only want to look at business, let's say business advertising for whatever reason, and then I only want to look at personal auto. That's what I want to see for whatever reason. You can filter down the report by specific categories. And you can also filter the report by payees, which is, if you go back to our register, the payee is who you put in here that the money went to or the money came from. You can filter by tags if you're using tags. You can filter by account, like, hey, I want to see everything for personal and business, but only from this one account. And you know, if you're new to Quicken, new to personal finance, you might be wondering, why would I want those options? Do I really need all those options? And I think over time you'll find that while you don't use them that often, they're great to have when you need them. A good example of report information segregation is, hey, I want to send stuff to my CPA for my business, which I'm tracking in here, but I don't also want to include information about my personal, because I just want to give him the business income and business expenses. And so in that case, you would just say, perhaps, you could do it a couple ways. You could say, only give me information for this business, but I'm going to take off all other filters and just let it look at that information, and there you go. You have that segregation. So that's a general overview. I'm not going to go through all the reports because that would make this video very long, but the profit and loss is the one you're really going to want to start with. After you categorize, you know, a couple weeks or a month of stuff, start to look at your report every time you categorize things, and you can start to say to yourself, hey, I get it, I can see the info, but you might say, I don't like the way this report looks. Can I adjust the way it's displaying information? The answer to that is yes. I'll make another video on that, and it's interrelated to categories, but you can tweak your categories in such a way that the report starts to deliver information in a format you like. So, little, you know, intro pro tip there. If you want to start customizing the way your report looks, you're going to have to do it by kind of hacking your categories, but that's really the only way. And I guess that's about it. Introduction to reports in the new home and business. I will see you in the next video. Thanks.